I had a Peckle wallet, dude. That was the most badass thing I ever owned. The money fit proper.
Yeah.
You had ID. You had the little. I don't think they come with the little flap for pictures and shit anymore.
No, dude. Oh, yeah, remember that?
Yeah, it's like a little flap. You take it out, and it's just all your pictures in a fucking, like, it's like a CVS receipt.
Welcome back to the Bobcast. Today I got filmmaker and comedian. Please welcome one of my dogs, Dorian Vasquez. Woof, woof, woof. Thank you for coming, my man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
I like the shades aspect of this show, man.
Yeah, man. You know, we just doing shady things here, so we got to stay in the shade.
Yeah, dude. You heard it here first, folks.
Well, I told you earlier, I look better with sunglasses, so I made the whole show around that.
Oh, fucking A, dude.
Yeah. I want everyone to get the best side of me, and it's a very selfish endeavor, but YOLO.
Hey, man. Yeah, do what you got to do. You're peacocking. Yeah. Peacocking. You literally had to dress down today to match my energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at us, fucking
flannel boys.
Yeah, flannel boys over here, dude. Yeah, we're a couple of working stiffs.
Find us at Home Depot.
Yeah, my socks are meant for sweating and
my socks are meant for sucking my toes.
Oh yeah, dude, that's why you got the Ritz on them.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom saw an episode and I had a hole in one of the bottom of my socks, and she got so upset.
So I knew a gal who a guy asked her for feet pics, and she sent her a picture of her toe sticking through a sock. Oh,
I love that.
And she was like, "Yeah, he sent me a dick video after that." And it was like, "Was it Bhav?"
No, it was me. It was me.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, fucking.
I be doing that all the time. Every day.
You can't have you can't have your tootsies giving the old how do you do.
They're your opener. You know what I mean? I send the tootsies in first, baby.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Fucking gotta let them know. Fucking let them know up top, dude.
Wait, before I brought you in, tell me you're observing the way I put on chapstick. Tell the people that.
No, that's just very funny because, like, dude, honestly, you primp like.
Hey, can you bring the mic up a little bit?
Okay,
thank you, brother.
Yeah, no, you have a very single man place. And you just took out a whole tub of chapstick and did the dabs across your mouth.
Shout out Aquaphor.
Hey, look, what do I got? I got the Burt's Bees because I couldn't find the Aquaphor. So
yeah. No, Burt's Bees. I usually have. I buy them in like.
You buy them in bulk and just keep like 3 of them in your bag. Yeah, I remember those days. Now it's just if I run out, I'm like, well, I guess my lips are chapped. I got love at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. When no one loved me, dude, I peacocked so hard. I did sit-ups. I used to wear way tighter shirts, and then like now Rachel doesn't care if I look like a hunk of shit on the way, unless we're going to see her folks.
Yeah, of course.
Then it's like, yo, put on the nice pants.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I don't care where we go. You wear the Carhartts, I'll look. She'll look bad as shit. We'll go out, and she's in her skinny jeans, looking great, and I'm sitting there like, well, I just came home from fishing. Should I change? She's like, you're fine.
Yeah. Well, that's the vibe usually. It's usually like hot girl, ugly boy vibe.
And I didn't even clean up today. I feel bad.
No, I like that. I like this like grungy look.
Oh yeah, no, this is just life. This is me waking up and being like, all right, there's pants on the floor there. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm too tired to to grab new pants.
Yeah,
they already have the belt in it. So
yeah, no, I love that. What kind of belt do you wear? One that clicks or one that has the holes?
Holes.
Okay.
Good leather belt that I've had for years.
Yeah, good belt is quality for a man.
Yeah, no, I'm such a fucking old man. I'm like, I buy one thing to last. Yeah, no. Last belt I had was a leather belt. I think I had since I was like 14.
Yeah.
And that shit lasted. And it had like a little bottle opener, which came in handy when I used it in college. Yeah. Like I had it that long. Yeah, dude.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
How long have you had your wallet?
Oh, fuck. Wallet, since my dad died, so about 4 or 5 years now. 4 years. 4 years now.
Is that like is that wallet like sentimental to your father or like
No, my wallet fell apart while I was in Belize and I needed a new wallet, so I just bought one wallet.
Oh, okay. So that's kind of like the time frame.
Yeah. No, it was literally all just time frame. It was like my wallet was literally falling apart. It was just like an old shitty wallet with a picture of a duck on it. And I was like, this is fucking sick. And then when I was down there, I'm like, I hate the tourist stores, but I probably should get something. I need a wallet. I'll just grab that.
Yeah, no, I love that. My sister got me this wallet from Rome when she went for college. Your bless you. When she went for college for like a broad trip, and I still have it. It's like she got it maybe in like 2007.
Yeah, it's just kind of the wallet you use.
Yeah,
all
it's
the time.
falling apart, and I'm like trying to find like a leather sewer in the city, but I'm having a tough time.
Well, if it's sentimental, keep it. Rachel saw my wallet. She's like, get rid of that fucking thing. She's been showing me wallets. Like, she's like, I should just get you one. And I'm like, it's not my birthday. Or Christmas.
Also, you don't understand, madam. It's not like a purse. This is a thing I'm going to rock every moment of every day. You know, it doesn't change because of outfits.
I know she's going to randomly buy me a wallet one day. So I'm like, all right, I guess we're celebrating an anniversary this year.
My wallet is a trifold, so it's like actually like a really...
Oh, yeah, so it's like it gets like fat as shit.
No, like the money folds in half like how you want it to.
Okay.
But like there's like a fold that goes like this for like your ID and stuff.
Ah.
So you can like kind of like flip it open like as like a detective. If
you know what I miss, speaking of that?
Yeah.
I miss when wallets had a little change purse in them. Like, that's what I used to have. I used to have like one of the Hello Kitty friends. I had a Peckle wallet, dude. That was the most badass thing I ever owned. The money fit proper. Yeah, you had ID. You had the little... I don't think they come with the little flap for pictures and shit anymore.
No, dude. Oh, yeah, remember that?
Yeah, it's like a little flap. You take it out, and it's just all your pictures in a fucking, like... It's like a CVS receipt.
This is my family.
Yeah. It's like for business... Like, people put pictures of their family and shit. Dude, wallets used to mean shit. Now it's just like, I don't... I have a phone. I got Apple Pay on my phone. Like, the only time I ever need a wallet is cash only. Like, shit. Or, somebody make a digital ID that I could put on my phone that it's... I don't know. That sounds like hackers.
No. What they're making is like the fucking chip that you put in your finger, and then you can pay everything through your little...
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, so...
That's the only time it becomes... Oh, the fucking government's trying to control us, dude. They're trying to follow every...
Well, they have something like that at Whole Foods now. Like next to the credit card thing is like a hand waving thing. So I don't exactly know how that works, but I'm like, they're starting.
Yeah.
It's not far away from us.
By the time it gets to me, the one I'm gonna be able to afford, I gotta like upgrade every couple of years. Like, imagine just constantly opening up a scar because it's like, your shit don't work, dude.
Yeah, dude. No, that's so funny you say that because like sometimes like you have certain products that are like out of technology, but like certain that are up to date. Like my car is so old, it doesn't have like it has like an aux jack, like my 2000 Honda Civic. But like my...
Talking about a fucking car that's going to last forever.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not getting rid of that. I love that puppy. Yeah. But my phone is like Bluetooth. Yeah. You know what I mean? So now I had to get like some type of extra like Bluetooth device to plug into that fucking other jack just to listen. Like,
what's your radio in your car look like? Is it like you take the face off and put it in your back pocket?
No.
Dude, I remember when that was a big ass deal. It's like, I could take the face. It's like because car radios used to be the most valuable shit on the planet.
Oh, yeah. People were getting those jacked all the time.
Yeah, dude. I was like, oh, they stole my fucking tape player.
What was your first car?
My first car was a 98 Kia Cephia that lasted like a year and a half. Mm-hmm. I think we spent like maybe $300 on it. It fucking that car had every problem in the book. I fucking hate Kia.
Yeah. Oh God, you're not one of the Kia boys.
No, not at all. No, yeah. Everyone else in my family's got a Kia Soul, and they wonder why it gets jacked all the time. Fucking just a piece of shit.
You guys are a Kia family, dude.
I am not. No, my father was a Toyota man. I'm a Toyota man.
Yeah.
No,
That's good. Welcome to our side.
Yeah.
Cheers, man.
Yeah. No, you see, I got the van out there.
I love that van.
When I was a kid, it's funny. That's the first car my dad had was like one of those old 4x4 vans. Mm-hmm. And I still want one of those. Mm-hmm. Like, I got to go down to like Belize or to Mexico or something and just steal one off a taxi service.
Oh yeah, no, they're sick.
Yeah, they send them. They always send them down to like the third world countries and stuff. Was it like Cuba supposedly has all the old like Chevy Bel Airs and stuff. That's their taxi cars out there.
No way.
Yeah, that's like. Basically, every car that we decide is obsolete gets sent somewhere else, and they basically drive it till the wheels fall off. I've seen them converted to like propane tanks and shit in the back. Like,
I love that.
Yeah, it's Toyota's built to last, man. The engine still runs. It's everything else will fuck up with that.
Well, you know the thing is, engines is like, God bless you. It's like when if you pour the steel correctly.
Oh yeah.
It's like everything should last.
Yeah.
You know? It's like as long as like when I'm saying you're doing the engine casting in the very beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like as long as like the fucking.
It stays nice and even. It's in the right temperature. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you get a good engine.
Yeah.
But if you guys are rushing the process.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna cause some.
That's why like Chevy and shit have basically graveyards for their fucking cars. Cause, yeah. No, that's I read some story about that. Like some guy was like, yeah, no, we work for Toyota, and like a Chevy guy came in. He's like, hey, I want to see your guys' car graveyard.
Yeah.
It's like 3 cars with like the smallest problems. Like, oh yeah, no, that the sewing didn't come back right on the seat, so we're gonna fix that. Well, what about your ones with your big engine problems? What big engine problems? We're Toyota. Like, it's like, yeah, send it back to Japan. Let them figure out why it had that problem and fix it.
And they'll be like, when it gets back to Japan, they'll be like, oh, you guys actually fucked it up over there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Naughty.
Versus like every like Chevy, GM, any of those companies, they what they do is they'll just patch whatever the real problem is and still sell the car. So you're basically selling a car with a shoddy engine or shoddy this, shoddy that. Yeah, so don't buy American, fellas. Don't even buy Korean. Stick with Japan.
No, what's
They've
Honda,
only gotten
though?
everything right for so long. You know what I mean?
Is Honda Japan?
Honda is Japan.
Yeah, okay, then I support this.
They were a motorcycle company.
I have a Honda motorcycle.
And then Toyota was I think historically Toyota used to make sewing machines.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Somehow they jumped the gun to making cars, and they've been perfecting cars ever since. So that's like their whole thing is like, I mean, have you seen like an old sewing machine? They still run if you just like plug them in. Even like, like those old Sears ones.
A sewing machine is kind of like a piston in an engine.
Yeah, it's literally just one pedal.
Yeah.
So extrapolate that, and then put brakes and
some fancy seats. And
a fucking
a TV in the headset.
A radio that you could take a face off on.
Nah, dude, I love that. Wait, earlier you said something about fishing too. You love fishing.
I do, man. I just it's funny. I just went out with Declan.
Yeah,
Declan Brooks. Yeah, dude, he caught a 43-inch striper, striped bass, just right out of the Delaware.
Wow.
I'm sitting there, and
what
I don't
bait
know,
did he use?
What's that?
What bait did he use?
He used bloodworms. That's what you catch him with. He has a very specific method. I won't give it away because out of respect. But he caught this thing, and in my mind, he's pulling it out of the fucking water, and I'm thinking and my like third world brain is going like, oh, dinner. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I had to learn how to get over that because it's the fucking Delaware.
Of course.
Yeah, I love fishing.
Have you caught anything?
If I didn't come here today, that's what I was going to do.
Yeah, I was like gonna actually. Sometimes I like to open up the podcast with like weather shit, and since the weather's getting nice, like
today was not a good, supposedly not a good fishing day, but that's. You can't really trust the weather apps. You got to just go out there.
What makes like a good day versus a bad day? Like, let's say like it's rainy, but like, are the fish actually playing that day? And like, would it be easier to catch fish that day? Let's like, you know what I mean?
It depends. I mean, I'm no expert on that part of it. I usually just use the app and be like, if it's not that great a day, I'll try or I won't.
It has to be a good day for you. You're saying?
Yeah, because I mean, no matter what, fishing early in the morning is probably your best bet, or like just before the sun goes down.
Because they're eating all the little bugs that touch the water.
They're coming out like that. Yeah.
Yes.
If it's a nice, hot, sunny day out where the sun is right over everything, my favorite thing to do is find a spot where there's a shit ton of shade or it's like deep enough that they go, because I know they don't want to be too hot. So you go, like trout fishing at the Wissahickon, I'll find a spot. Like there's a lot of spots with a lot of brush coverage or like a little tunnel and stuff. Cast right in there. Yeah, and just see what hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, man. Otherwise, just, I don't know, just go to the Skkkrt, just throw your line, figure it out.
Yeah. Where's like the coolest place you ever gone fishing?
Was it last year, year before? I went to San Pedro in Belize. We didn't go out too far because it's all reef, so it's not like you're getting like heavy, choppy waves.
Yeah.
So,
what kind of vehicle or vessel did you take out there?
It was just like a little speedboat, whatever, a little fishing boat.
Love that.
It was fine. It was like I get real horrible seasickness, so fishing in Belize on boats doesn't bother me as much. Yeah, no, Declan.
The irony.
No, it's so funny because Declan invited me out to Cape May on an actual like big ass fishing boat with like a bed inside.
Yeah.
And I spent the entire day vomiting because the water was making the boat do this shit. And my dumbass, I didn't bring any kind of Dramamine, didn't bring anything, so I was just...
Is that nausea medicine?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the worst fucking day of my life, because, yeah, imagine, like, your favorite thing is right there, and you can't do your favorite thing because you won't stop vomiting.
Yes.
And, like, can't drink water because it won't even stay down.
Yeah.
Like, because and they didn't give a shit. These guys don't know me, so they didn't owe me anything. So they're like, well, we're still going to fish.
Of course.
And I'm like, well, I'm thinking, like, can you turn back and leave me at shore? But they're all like, no.
No, of course not.
No, not at all. Who the fuck are you? It was like that kind of...
And you gotta get training. Like, this is your first step, like in getting like better at kind of that type of fishing on that type of vessel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, everyone's like, well, if, here's some tricks. If you stare out into the sea, or if you put your thumb in your ass, or, everybody's got their little trick for...
Yeah, thumb in the ass usually works.
No, yeah, but you know what I mean? Everyone's like, oh, this is how you get rid of nausea. Everyone's got their fucking folk trick.
Yeah. Let me give you my doctor advice.
Yeah.
What did you eat earlier that day? Did you eat good? Did you sleep well before?
I had to get up at like 4 a.m., so I was eating like chips.
Yeah.
And I had a cigarette.
Yeah, see... You're not setting yourself up for success if there's something you're not really...
Well, I was eating something that I know I wouldn't shit out while I was on the boat. So I was like, all right, if I just eat like some bread or chips or something.
Yeah.
I think I made sandwiches to actually take on the boat with me. And then as soon as I got there, I was just like, oh, man, I'm feeling a little queasy on this boat as soon as we got out to the water. You know what? Let me just if I get it out now, it won't be the worst thing. And I threw up. I was like, all right, I'm good. I'm going to let it out. And it just wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
And it was like, I literally would sit back a few minutes just with my head back and just try to knock out for a little bit. And then like sit back up again and be like, blah!
Yeah.
Just, again, it's like, why the fuck doesn't this go away?
Because you have nothing in you anymore. What's coming out, actually?
Yeah, it's literally just like,
yeah.
It's air.
Yeah, that's so sad.
Yeah, it is.
But,
it was a bad day.
That's life.
But I made a good friend out of it.
Good.
So, yeah.
That's the most key part of life.
And I learned a lot. Apparently, I'm allergic to the sea.
Oh, dude. Humans yearn for the sea.
Yeah.
It's something we
not
can't...
anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately not for you.
Yeah, no. Honestly, I was thinking about that. Like, man, if I knew this much, and not until I got, sorry. The one thing that sucked was like, the guy who owned the boat was very clearly like, it's like every dude in my union who just kind of looks at you like you're a pussy.
Yeah.
So it's just that kind of guy, like just staring at you like, fucking, I already know this guy's a fuck. Like you can clearly tell he was judging me before I even got on his boat.
He's like asking his buddy, "Hey, Glenn, is this guy gay?"
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it was that kind of dude because I'm like, I don't give a fuck about football or whatever. I brought my rod. I just want to I want to catch a fucking fish.
No, I totally get that, bro.
And then it's just like, wait till we get back to shore to tell me, like, to ask me, like, wait, do you get nauseous if you're in a car and you try to read? And I'm like, yes. Who doesn't? And he's like, yes. Then you're not built for boats.
Oh wow, I never actually tried that.
Yeah, it's like car sickness. Like if you get car sick, then yeah. And I get car sick. That's why I drive myself.
Yeah, I don't read, so fuck that noise. Yeah, you know what? You'll get really excited about this. Like, so I work at the shipyard, right? And one of the things they do at the shipyard is called a fish catch.
Where we were.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're at the Navy Yard.
When Biden came. Or for this last thing you're talking about.
Oh, you're talking about this. Which shipyard? You're talking about the one up in North or?
South Philly, I'm talking about.
South Philly. Oh, yeah. No, that's where we were for...
yeah, big Biden.
That's where all the stripers come through on the Delaware.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. So, like, you'll get a kick out of this. Like, we do this thing where we drain the dock after you put a ship out. Yeah. And there's all these fish at the bottom. So I signed up for the fish catch. Because I'd never been fishing. But this is literally... So now imagine... They're all walled in, right? Yeah. And you drain it to about, like, I don't know, we all wear gaiters, so I don't know, like, maybe hip to the hip. Man, I have no idea. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of fish in there, though. Everything's going to be in there. And you just scoop them out these nets and put them in the trash dumpsters, and then the cranes lift those dumpsters out and dump them back in the river.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So it's like, it's going to be a whole day's worth of being a hillbilly.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
I'm going to get my mullet trimmed for that.
What's the, like, now I'm just curious, like, what kind of, like, what was the biggest fish you pulled out?
I haven't done it yet. It's this week.
Oh, okay. Yeah, dude, you're gonna have fun.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I was like,
do they need volunteers? I'll fucking go do that.
I don't know. Like, I think it might be too late now, but maybe
let them know I'm OSHA certified.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. You know what? I'll talk to fucking that guy on Monday. It's like...
I'll bring my own waiters.
Start telling them. I know a bunch of guys that'll do this for free.
Yeah, pretty much. You bring a couple. Just bring me and like 3 Cambodians. We'll probably take the fish home. You won't even have
that's the thing. You can't take the fish, and if you have people that are maybe like have bad attitudes and try to hurt the fish or something.
Oh, okay.
Like that. What is it? That EPA is there actually.
Oh, nice.
So they're observing the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's like some people get sad about that. Like, oh, we can't take the fish home, but it's like, no, you didn't catch this fish. You know, what I mean? We fucking we tricked it.
Yeah. Okay, so that's so funny you bring that up. I think there's certain spots where like everything's catch and release because of just the type of like how bad the water is and shit.
Yeah,
like anything at the John Hines all run off
likely.
and stuff too.
Yeah.
I think the Delaware you are allowed to keep something out of it because it's not as. The cool thing about the what the EPA's done since the 70s is they took out a lot of. They put in so many regulations and then they added just enough of the right kind of creatures to like clean up the water. So the Delaware and the Skkkrt are gross, but they're not as like.
Yeah.
They used to be the worst. This is why like you can't even find the guns from the mob that the mob toss in there anymore.
Yeah.
So fucking.
Environmental science is what I had dreamed to do. That my parents were like, no.
Yeah, no, that was gonna be the thing. It was like if I do a science, I'm gonna do that one. It's like just
I want to do marine biology.
I love hippie science, man. No, I made the mistake of going to the humanities instead of sticking with film. So.
Yeah. Well, humanities, what is that? The study of humans?
Yeah, that's a blanket for everything else. I was a religious studies major.
Oh,
So.
God.
Yeah, the absolute worst. Yeah.
Okay.
Most useless degree, I think.
Top 5 religions, like world religions, are like Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, and Buddhism, or
I think so.
Yeah,
it's
no, I know. I took a world religion class, 101, and that was like my favorite thing I ever took in college.
It's 5 chapters, and those are the ones you basically cover. Yeah.
So, like in your, religious study, fucking mind, just if you could take yourself out of your practice of whatever you do right now, what do you think is actually the most beneficial? Like one, you know what I mean?
Religion?
Yeah, like if everyone could follow this one, you know what I mean? What do you think?
So what I found out is you don't really get a choice in certain ones because they all think that no matter like Hinduism, for example, I think one of my favorite quotes, and actually it's funny because one of my projects was to do a Hinduism chapter for the next year's book because they do one that's like written by students for students.
Oh, I love that.
And one of the quotes I took was from a documentary where it's like. When they got to the Hinduism part, one of the guys said, "Yeah, everyone's a Hindu, whether or not they believe it."
Oh wow!
It's like
bars.
Yeah, so I guess they might be right.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a safe answer. I want to say Jews, but it's like, it's the Jews.
I actually low key, David. I forgot to blow him up, but I do usually have a dreidel back here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But he's in timeout right now.
Yeah. Yeah. You go in the closet till they free Palestine.
Whatever they fix whatever they're doing over there. It's a crazy time,
dude. I'm all for them changing all that shit or whatever. Like, just I don't know. I'm very ill informed, but I do know that like every like hot girl from high school that used to post ass pics is now just posting a shit ton of. Basically 4chan videos, but it has hashtag free Palestine. Yeah, so I'm all like, all right, okay, so that's how you get away with that. You gotta have a.
I go where the pussy goes. You know what I mean? That's whose side I'm supporting.
Yeah, all I know is I gotta mind my P's and Q's and make sure no one gets mad at Rachel because of me.
I do feel that when I used to have a girlfriend of 7 years, I used to always think about her when I was saying some stuff on stage. You know, her God bless you, her, her family, my family. But now I'm just this young dog with this mullet, fucking fish on the wall. I don't give a fuck. Out here just like, suck it. Oh, I forgot you loved wrestling, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Big wrestling guy. All right,
like, I'm an engineer with a shit ton of weed at home. Like,
dude, yeah, WrestleMania was here, right? Fucking, what did you do for that, or did
I did not get to work WrestleMania. I was pissed.
Oh, that's so fucked
Actually,
up.
no, I wasn't pissed because it was raining all week. So
yeah.
I would have basically been stuck out there just soaking wet for 5 days straight, just putting up and breaking down steel.
Yeah.
No,
but you would have got to go to the event, though, right?
If I worked. So the early part was steel builds. So, but yeah, working in the rain, that's the worst because now you're climbing. It's wet and slippery.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm kind of glad I didn't get to do that.
So what did you do that weekend for it?
I didn't do anything for it. I worked a completely different job. I was at the Miller Theater building shit for some rich lady who.
So you didn't watch it at all?
No, I watched it. Oh. Yeah, no, it was awesome.
What did you think about it?
I was freaking the fuck out when that final match on was it on Sunday?
Yeah.
It's funny because as soon as Cena came out, I was like, "Fucking let's go, dude!" Yeah. Like I already knew The Rock was gonna show up, and then but like Cena came out, and I was like, "What?" He's busy.
Yeah, and he was like running down, like his knees hurt, bro. I saw. He's tired. That guy.
I mean, yeah, like he could, like the back of his head is basic. Like there's no hair back here. Like
he's disappearing literally now.
Yeah. You can't see his hair. Like, his hair is doing this. Yeah. Fucking. But then like Undertaker showed up, which is kind of like, all right, that's par for the course. But at the same time, I'm like, holy shit, he was supposed to retire. He's back one more time. One more, baby. And it was like a cameo. So I was like, oh, this makes sense. This is what you do when you need money every year, but you don't have to. You have no real commitments.
Yeah.
You work one day a year. I think,
exactly.
Dude, that's what most retirees do. Like, I just need to work one day.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Was that the last one? Taker? Did someone come out after Taker?
No, that was it. Like,
okay, yeah.
Taker came out. He grabbed The Rock and he just like
chokeslammed him.
Yeah, he chokeslammed him.
I watched it. I actually bought Peacock just to watch it.
Oh, dude, I could have just gave you my password.
You know what?
I got it a couple years ago because Rachel likes the NBC shows.
Oh yeah. I mean, I deleted. I already
you already deleted?
Yeah. I just paid $5 to fucking watch both nights, and but I was impressed by like. I sometimes hate Logan Paul, but he's a great athlete.
Yeah,
he's crushing it. I'll give it to him.
It's so funny. Everyone hates ththese dudes, but I'm like, what did they do? Like,
I just hate him from his like a social media guy.
Yeah,
life.
No, that's what I gather. Like, because I'm seeing that hate right now with damn it, I've been doing a joke about her. It's like some white girl with dreads. I guess she's like a singer or a rapper or something. I don't know. It's just like this.
On social media, she's like talks about like hippie shit a lot.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's not a hip. That's just a gal who does drugs.
Yeah,
like it's
and OnlyFans.
And whether or not she is a hippie,
don't forget that she does OnlyFans.
Okay.
So a lot of like no, I've figured this out recently. It was like like you be scrolling through TikTok and you're like, this girl literally gets on TikTok and she goes millions of views and you're like, how did she do that? You make a movie, it doesn't get millions.
Yeah, I made the mistake of back when I was like really working out heavy. I would get a lot of what turned out to be called muscle mommy videos.
Yeah.
And I was like, because the first thing is like, oh, I'm a big fan of Rhea Ripley. And so I would like Rhea Ripley videos because I'm like, dude, she's the fucking champ. She's winning. Yeah. And yeah, she's hot as shit too. But it's like, then all of these videos started popping up and it was gradual. It was like, okay, I'm getting like actual gym information. Then I'm getting like, all right, it's like, like fat people that are like getting in shape and they're like talking about their journey. And I'm like, yeah, fucking positivity. Yeah. And then slowly it just became muscle porn.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I don't know how I got here, but I'm here now. And then I click on the thing and then it's like, yeah, now next thing you know, they have a link to I guess it's Linktree.
Yeah.
It links all their shit and the first top 3 are like, this is where you go to see my porn.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
pussy.
All right, cool. So this is all just a platform to promote pornography, which, I mean, it's the internet. Yeah, that's what it's meant for.
It all goes like, none of that, their OnlyFans actually promotes their fucking...
everything else. Follow me on this, that, and the other.
Yeah, because you get to see me twerk here and jump on this dildo. I'm going to get this fucking gym content, that's what I really want.
Yeah, dude. See, it's so funny because I found a lot of them the opposite way, where I'm like, I found this person on Pornhub or on like, back when it was Pornhub. Yeah. Everyone had a Pornhub back in the day. And then it's like, oh, it turns out they're like famous on whatever fucking platform, whatever the live streaming ones are. Like, and I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I guess I can go watch this person I just JO'd to go fucking play Fallout or whatever now.
Yeah. Now there's this female comedian, her name is like Alana or Elena, and I forget her last name right now, but I did a show with her down in South Philly, and she was like an ex-porn star, and she's like, if you look me up on X videos, I have millions of views, right?
Yeah.
So after the show, while I'm walking home, I just just Google her on X videos. Yeah, you're right. But I couldn't like watch it though. I was like, you know what? Now I respect her. She was funny, so I was like, I don't want to, in my mind, see you as
it's
this.
kind of hard. Yeah. No, that's the one thing. One of my buddies I remember said to me years ago, because I'm like, you know, they just made this documentary on porn, specifically for. Specifically about like all the things, and he's like, I don't care. Women in porn run on batteries to me, and they don't exist outside of this video. Because if I start caring about them, then now I gotta fucking. Yeah. Now I'm gonna feel guilty. I can't watch their videos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like, a tough life.
I hate that I do this, but I still look at the comment section.
No, that's the best comments in all of social media and content.
Dude,
is the porn comments, dude.
It's all like it's all fucking. I hate to say it, but it's all nerds just being like, I wish someone would fuck me.
No, but sometimes they're so racist to each other. You know what I mean? Like you go on like an interracial video or like just something funny. It's I
love that old Beezer joke where it just says like wife ? It's like, yo, dude, fucking.
You always got the guy asking.
Sukhjit is shooting his shot, dude.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, always the Indian guys in there.
It's always Indian.
And they love them. They love them. You know, we appreciate women.
Indians fucking love porn, dude.
No, we love women, okay? That's what people are getting wrong. If you are a whore on XNXX, we still love you.
Yeah. Won't treat you well, but we love you.
Well, no, it depends. If you're like a white woman, they will. You know, they love white women for some reason.
No. You can't. You have to act very specifically if you're a brown woman. I mean, sorry, that got weird.
Yeah,
no, one of my favorite.
Dude, it's fine.
Yeah, we can cut that out if you want.
that was okay.
No, one of my favorite. Shit, damn! I'm sorry, I blanked.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
That's so funny. But I've been thinking it's the comment section is so fucking fun, like funny to me, because you're right. It's like it's just like a YouTube section now. Now you got two people fighting.
Yeah.
On there.
And then people weighing in.
Yeah, it's like,
and everyone has their dick out. Just okay,
dude. Yeah, no, you're typing like this. You got one hand doing it.
Well, are you now still on the computer watching porn? I do it all on my hand, on my fucking iPhone.
We all do it on our hand, man. No, I don't know, dude. It's wherever I fucking. It depends. Am I on?
You're so old.
Am I somewhere like? Yeah, no. I didn't even realize there's a fish in there.
Oh
Holy
yeah, this
shit.
is Nancy. She's damaged right now. That's why she's swimming so wonky.
She clearly is with all this fucking porn talk.
Yeah, no, she loves that. She loves that. Sometimes she watches me, jay off sometimes.
Dude, is it fucking? Is that old to like watch porn on a computer on a laptop? It's like, yeah, dude.
It's so much work that, you know what I mean?
You take out a tissue and you fucking just.
It's not the jerking off aspect.
I have three.
It's how you're using the device to search. Like
I have 3 monitors. It's so much more convenient to watch more at once as opposed to switching tabs.
Yeah. I think now it's
what do you incognito mode all your porn? Or?
No, not at all. Like that's actually I don't like have a password on my phone.
The way you said that, you make it sound like I walk to the woods and search for a bag. Like, what the? Am I old?
Yeah.
Is this old now? Like, dude, am I that out of touch? I don't order it off the television like a fucking weirdo. Like, I'm not running up a hotel bill. Like,
you're so fucking ancient, dude.
Yeah, you drive a fucking minivan. You don't have kids.
Hey, but you're putting it out there. You're manifesting.
Yeah.
Eventually, I want to fill this minivan with kids.
Dude, I don't know if I can watch porn on my fucking phone. It doesn't hold the battery well. Actually, yeah.
We have an iPhone or Android?
No, I have an iPhone.
Oh, okay, what kind of iPhone?
11.
11, yeah.
No, actually, it holds the battery just fine.
Yeah,
actually
just trying to make excuses now.
Yeah,
dude, just try it,
all
dude.
right.
It's so easy. Phone in one hand, dick in the other hand. Life is
You're
good.
sitting here like this.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I gotta answer that text. Some multitasking.
Mom starts calling.
Yo, that's the worst. Is like, no, my favorite one are the random bots that will dude. One of the best things that has happened is that porn sites don't give you viruses anymore. Mm-hmm. Like, because we're so like, okay, yeah, porn is just a mainstream society thing.
Yeah.
Like, porn stars get on TV with no issues now.
I'm trying to get a porn star on the podcast sooner or
later.
later.
Why not? Yeah. Fucking. That's so funny. Like, they are doing stand up and they are actually really funny.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
You got to be funny to be doing the things that they be doing.
Yeah. Or you got like, yeah, they're like, was it like, I think I saw a thing like Mia Khalifa. I don't know if she had a reality show or what, but she did something where it's like it was like her talking shit on like wrestling, and then she did like wrestling for a day, and she's like, I will never talk bad about this, because she got fucking clotheslined real hard. It's like, yeah, you're still taking bumps, stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, people who say wrestling is fake, like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, there are some fake
it's
aspects.
choreographed.
Yeah.
Choreography and the fake, that's very different.
Okay.
Quit acting
I
like these
agree.
people aren't impeccable shape and can't still whoop your ass. You know what I mean?
Well,
it's like,
that's what I was gonna say. Like, they're the world's greatest stuntmen. You know what I mean? And women, and it's like choreograph. I love that, actually, that phrase. Now I have something to attach with it.
Yeah.
But when you're out in the middle of the crowd and fucking the link, and someone's slamming your head on the table, you just have to make a little contact with that goddamn table when you're out there.
No, it's funny because like on set you can even on like a movie set, like if you see somebody pulling punches back like they're just doing this, it's like, oh yeah, it looks fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you got to get guys who actually will, like, you got to tap this dude, man.
Yeah.
You don't have to hurt him. You just got to give him a little.
And that's the like that's the art in it. Like, that's like some guys, like, like Triple H with that sledgehammer. Like when I was young, I loved wrestling because I thought it was like kind of like real in the sense, like, like I knew like they weren't punching each other, but like Jeff Hardy, my guy, when he's fucking slingshotting, doing all this shit, dude, I know this hurts the guy.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is everyone forgets it's a whole body, because like your whole body goes into it, because even when they're like they're clearly not punching each other. It's like, it's like that far away, but they're also throwing a stomp into the ground
It's
to
emphasis.
make. Yeah, you're making the noise, so
Sweet chin music. Like I used to do karate. Sweet chin music was my jam.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like throwing that cross behind side kick up and just smacking the leg, and everyone's like, "Whoa, you hit him so hard!" But look, you just whiffed.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
shit.
no, it's a trick. Mm-hmm. It's a trick.
But now the cat's out of the bag, and I feel like the acting has gone down just a tad. It's too much now. They've lost all tempo in wrestling.
You think so?
Some match, like have you ever watched like when AEW was in that hexagon ring, or TNA was in the hexagon ring, and AJ Styles was still like a young skinny man.
Yeah.
And some of the shit he was doing, I was like, all right, bro, I get it, but like, it's just when you're throwing like 4 or 5 gainers in the like flat ground in like a forward backflip, like a shooting star press. You're doing like 5 in like less than a minute. It's too much. Chill.
I get what you're saying. So what I equate that to is like, especially if they're doing it on older stuff, what was that one?
TNA.
That was TNA. There was like Ring of Honor and all those.
Yeah.
A lot of those they're putting on guys who. They don't quite have the chops.
Yeah.
But they almost have the chops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Clearly.
So it's like I like those types of shows because it's like it's not quite amateur. It's professional because it's in that reign. But eventually those guys get good enough to get on WWE.
Yeah.
And that's the goal.
But if WWE got fucking AJ Styles when he was skinny young man, he would have been incredible.
Oh yeah, no, he was a fucking animal.
Yeah, now he's just girthy because he's old now.
He's like
a poor guy.
I mean, you don't age well doing most of the most physical things. That's the crazy thing about it. Like, very few of these guys you have to stay in great shape. Mm-hmm. And then you're on the road all the time. So how hard is it to stay in decent shape on the road like that? Like you.
Well, back in the day, like they used to like fucking drink and do all that, so they were not staying in shape.
Oh, they were not at all in shape. Yeah, no, you see some of these guys, they look like your fucking uncle.
Yeah.
Like it's just
But now they have the resources, I think, to do better. And
it's
like that Dustin Dallas Page guy, he has that DDP yoga.
Yeah, Diamond Dallas Page. Yeah.
Oh, what did I say?
Dustin Dallas Page.
Oh, my bad.
I think you're confusing him with Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah. All these D guys.
Yeah. The 3D, dude.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Fucking Dudley Boys. That's
yeah, Dudley Boys have just been like keeping around. They're fucking what?
Dude, I was thinking about that the other day. We gotta bring back Waza up, dude. Why is Waz like? I brought back Skkkrt recently.
Yeah.
Like I was just in conversation. I was just like fucking, and everyone's like, I fucking remember that. It's like, it's time.
Yeah,
it's fucking time, dude.
Well, it just
bring it back.
It only works with wrestling fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like low key, I watched it
I
religiously
don't know, man.
growing up.
Wrestling. So it's funny you mentioned that because, like, yes, initially, but it gets so ingrained to the general culture. Like, everybody knows what the fuck this is, and You Can't See Me is. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just everybody knows what Suck It is.
Yeah. Well, they know Suck It, but like that's just like this is just looks like a universal sign for Suck It.
Yeah.
But like, not everyone's gonna know like D Generation X. You know what I mean?
No, I mean not everyone needs to, but that's where you get that's where you get people who are like, yo, do you even know where that comes from? That's how you bring you get like, posers and shit.
That's
like,
how you dig the fucking hole.
Yeah. But that creates a culture because now there's tiers to it. How deep of a knowledge do you have about the origin of Suck It?
Well, dude, I know so much that a dick was in my mouth.
Yeah, pretty much. Dude, for the longest time I would call it the X-Pac because that's how I knew it was.
He was really
It's like the least favorite of the group. It's just how I called it. I was like, that's the X-Pac. X-Pac would do that one.
I had Seamus on here and I showed him. He didn't believe me, but X-Pac and China have a porn.
Yeah.
We watched it together. He didn't believe me. And
that sounds about right. I mean,
he closed on her, good for him.
He pinned her. Jesus. Now, here's my question: was it China or was it like fucking whatever her real name is after she got like her chin surgery?
No, I think it was still China.
Was it like she's like just jacked and everyone was still trying to figure out?
Yeah, it was. I was like, man, she could handle me for sure.
Yeah,
I'd take that.
got those weird fucking chest muscle titties where it's like it's just skin hanging in a nipple,
boob tit, boob peck. I mean,
boob peck.
Beck.
Dude, boob peck is the weirdest thing. That's the one thing that like. It's funny because you look at someone like Rhea Ripley. Oh hell yeah, dude! Yeah. Fucking show him off. No, but like this is why Rhea Ripley looks great because I'm gonna go ahead and assume her body is natural.
Yeah,
and
I would assume so too.
Yeah, it's like wow, she still looks like she still has a figure. She still has like enough feminine features, but she still looks like she could kick the shit out of me, and that's so fucking hot.
I feel like actually now that I think about it, like you said that. I imagine probably like Sable maybe had a boob job. Maybe
Sable has
Tori Wilson. So
they all had boob jobs on purpose. It's because you lose. But I'm thinking the fat
now they can't. They really didn't fall on their stomachs too much. You know what I mean? Or like when they did, it wasn't like flat. Where like this Rhea Ripley, like I did see her match at WrestleMania, but like she was kind of like a new character to me.
Okay.
And because I don't like tune in too much anymore. My boy Jeff Hardy is dying over there, and what AEW. Slowly, my guy. I'm just like retired, dude.
Yeah, no, that's the one thing. There's some old heads that are still in there. Like, dude, honestly, whenever they tell me, Ric Flair's coming out, and I'm all like, is he still?
Well, I think
the same thing with Taker too, but it's at the same time, it's like,
I think more, it's like people still want them. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
there's it's because they're the generation of fans that. It's the guys who watch it with their dads. They end up growing up and having kids, and now they're the guy who's like, "Oh, you have to understand. This guy used to be." To these kids, it's like, "Oh, that's the old." Ric Flair, when I was a kid, was just a weird old guy who was still wrestling.
Yeah.
And then it turns out, oh no, Ric Flair is like a legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that till I got the internet. I didn't give a shit about Ric Flair when I was a kid.
Who's your Mount Rushmore of wrestlers? 4. Give me top 4. I guess.
Top 4 ever?
I guess. Whatever it means to you. I don't know. Sometimes I ask a question.
So my favorites, I mean, Mick Foley.
Okay, good one. I love that.
Either as Mankind or...
I'll take all of his characters.
You take all of his characters? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Because, I'm like, I definitely will... I don't know if I'd put Dude Love. You know what? That's the entire Mount Rushmore. It's every Mankind... It's every... It's regular Mick Foley. It's Cactus Jack. Mankind. Dude Love. And fucking...
Yeah.
No,
he was really a reinventor, dude. What did you think about when they Taker toss him off the fucking Hell in a Cell?
So interestingly
Twice,
enough,
right?
So what I find interesting is I was just watching a thing about his match with what's his name? Fucking RKO.
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton. Orton is another one that's like he kind of
grew like he
kind of is a nice mix of all the Attitude Era guys to me. And his match when he went up against Cactus Jack is how he came out, Mick Foley. was when he dropped him. He was like dropping him on like the pins and whatnot. He's doing all this crazy shit. It's insane to me to watch that, and it's like, oh, this guy's the one guy that's carrying on that like that level of stuff. I've seen that dude fucking bleeding, and it's like, oh, he's clearly really injured right now, but he's pushing through. I watched some match. I think it was him, Daniel Bryan, Cena, and I forget who else, but it was like it was in that realm of people. I think Roman Reigns and someone else was there, but like he dropped so hard and he landed on like the corner of a monitor. And it's like it's like the old timey monitors.
Yeah.
Like it almost looked like the first MacBook kind of monitor. And he sits up and you just see just this giant gash on his back. And I'm like, all right. I mean,
yeah, it hurts.
I don't know if he's in the top everything, but he is definitely that's a contender right there. That's
he definitely deserves his own.
He's in a class of his own.
Yeah, because
but he's a guy carrying on that like, like
he ain't no bitch.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the one thing is that you need guys who are really fucking tough. That's the point of a lot of stuff. Just who can endure the most bullshit.
And he won't let like sometimes when you guys come in, he's like won't let them be soft. Yeah, which I enjoy about him.
I'm trying to think who is in my top because I want to say Shawn Michaels, but I don't know.
He's a good one.
It's I can go by my favorites ever, and it's like if I go by my favorites, then Mankind is definitely on there. Stone Cold,
love that. 316.
Yeah, I want to say Spike Dudley is on there, but
Spike, dude,
because he's a smaller dude and he was just taking all kinds of abuse.
What's his finisher or like the one where he runs up and does the fucking?
See, I blank on the names of all the things.
I was watching a fucking compilation of that finisher. Dude, that kid took that thing everywhere from inside the ring to outside the ring, and every time he landed out, I was like, dude, you're actually catching so much height, my man. And you're just fucking. I was like, that guy, man, that was a lot. You know, even with like a bigger dude helping you a little bit, like in the landing and helping just a little bit because they know like you're. I was like, damn, dude, you're going.
Yeah. And the last one, I guess I'll put on the list. Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, okay.
I named my cat after him.
Yeah. Meow Match.
Meowcho Man Randy Savage. Shout out to we just had his birthday, which we just whatever day we adopted him.
I wish I told you to bring him. You know, I would have loved to have a cat.
Oh,
in the
dude.
pocket.
Yeah, no, he would have been everywhere. He would have probably been.
I'm glad
on your bong,
I didn't
dude.
tell you to bring him. I need things that are fixed. You know.
Yeah,
so.
no, I get you. Like, no, it's fun. It's fun because I didn't think I'd be a cat guy. And he's a good cat.
Yeah, no, what it is like people have beef with cats and dogs. Don't get me wrong, but the thing is, I'm like an animal guy.
Yeah, same.
So it doesn't matter. Like cats have their own thing, and dogs have their own thing, and fishes have their own thing. Yeah, you know what I mean.
So it's so funny because for the longest time, I'm like, Rachel wanted a cat, and I was like, I don't want to fucking have to clean up like fur everywhere. And then we just happened to get a cat that doesn't really shed like that.
Yeah. I love
like
that.
Maybe twice a year he sheds. He's like, I guess he's some kind of like
hypergenic.
No, I forget what the hell they said he was. He was like mixed. I think it was like Siamese or some other bullshit. I almost hate to bother you, man. But can we pause real quick so I can pee?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, go ahead, baby. No, you're good. You know that happens all the time.
We're talking about the cat.
Yeah, yes.
No, yeah, I love the cat. He's awesome. It's so funny because we adopted him from a place that like is like a cat cafe. Yeah. So that was interesting because we had to go.
Wait, where is this cat cafe?
I think it's off of Fairmount.
Yeah,
or
it's right
off of
around
Girard
here.
or something. Yeah, something like that. It's like that general area, but we went in because Rachel wanted it. Like, we should just get like an old cat because they're gonna be a little more chill and whatnot. And then we went to go look at an old cat from like an actual like place, like someone who's fostering it. And it's the most like piece of shit cat I've ever been around. Like, it was nice to her, but like the moment I even put my hand out for it to smell me, it just like just
it's
attacked
racist.
me.
It hates Mexicans.
Pretty much.
No, I know you're not Mexican. What are you though? You give off a racially ambiguous vibe.
Yeah, no, my family's from Belize, which doesn't really help at all.
Yeah. Where is Belize, dude? I have an American education.
It's like the best way to describe it. It's like right in between three general countries. It's like whatever the Caribbean is. So I guess you can say Jamaica is out here, Mexico is right above it, and Guatemala is on the other side.
Okay. So right above Mexico.
So it's probably last I checked, Belize is no bigger than like New Jersey.
Is it an island?
No, it's in Central America, but it's like it fucking might as well be. Like,
yeah.
No one else around there acts like Belizeans. Like you cross over and it's like they're speaking Creole.
Belizean.
Yeah.
So if you were to take it one level out of Belizean, what would you be?
What do you mean?
Scope it out, like in reality.
I'm American. What do you mean? Like,
No. Okay.
So I'm gonna grab one of these.
Yeah, of course. And, no. Okay, look. My family is from Gujarat, right? And then you can even take it down to like the village they're from, Latras or something. And then you bring it out like India. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like Belize, but like okay, you say South America.
Like what my parents would be. So I guess if you put it that way, then thank you. Mayan is probably the overall thing is Mayan Indian. My dad's side, both my parents' side, like I think they're at least one of their grandparents is either like mixed or full-fledged Mayan. My dad's side is a lot more mixed. On my mom's side, I think it's just like Spanish and Mayan.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Spanish. Okay, we're getting somewhere.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'm just trying to get to like a stereotype that potentially could be you. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I think the reason I look so European though, or so light skinned, I should say, is because there's a lot of European on my dad's side, but there's a lot of fucking everything on my dad's side because it's like his grandfather or his great grandfather, was also mixed with all kinds of shit. Yeah. He was like I think on my dad's dad, from his side, it was like French, Spanish, Italian, and some kind of like Scottish. I don't know. Yeah. It's just all the European bullshit. And then on my grandmother's side, she was black, Mayan, and I think Spanish because she was her family was Torres. And then my grandfather's family was Vasquez. Yes. But he technically should because I think he took Vasquez after his mother instead of his father, who was his father would have been French, so I think it was Perafit or something like that.
Wow, that's actually a really nice one.
Yeah.
Perafit.
Yeah, pair of legs. That's what my nephew made.
Yep, Perafit. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, my nephew made a joke about like that one time, and my aunt looked at him like they fucking said the moon was made out of cheese or something. Yeah. Like, why would you say that? Like, so I don't know. It's a lot of like, I don't know, man. I have a cousin who gives a shit about like, oh yeah, no, we hail from this and that, but they only care about the European shit. So I'm like, I don't.
Yeah. So what I heard here was just a lot of you're a mutt, you're a mixed blood muggle. You know,
I'm what happens when you mix a lot of shit together. Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
I only do this joke in Spanish whenever I get booked on Spanish shows. But
I love that. I want to do Gujarati shows.
Yes, hell yeah, dude. Like, it's so funny. But the one time I did a Spanish show, I had to write Spanish jokes because I'm like, well, I don't want to be like 9/11 cuando el avión.
You have to change the whole structure of the joke to match the language.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just started writing jokes for myself in Spanish. Mm-hmm. And obviously it wasn't great because I bombed. But the one joke that crushed, I in Spanish, it sounds better, I think. But it was, I mentioned that my family's from Belize, and if you know anything about Belize, they don't look like me.
Yeah.
Like most people would ask me like, or when they hear I'm from Belize, they're like, but you're not black, because it's like a Caribbean place. Like it's mostly black people. Like I'm supposed to look at my own hand and be like, I'm supposed to get fucking pissed. Or,
what the fuck?
Yeah, like, whoa, how come nobody told me? Like, nah, but the joke, anyway, the main joke that used to get a shit ton of laughs was like, I don't know how I ended up looking like this. Like, my mom is Spanish and Mayan. My dad is Mayan and black. Somehow they gave birth to a Jew.
I don't think you really look like a Jew, though. I would never assume that.
To Spanish people, I look like something. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know. I grew up in Inglewood, California, and every Mexican thought I was a Jew. It was like, did they adopt a Jewish kid or something? Like,
oh, I could see a Mexican Jew.
No, I don't know where it came. I don't know where it comes from either. To be honest, like I'm like,
okay.
Well, you know what it is. I'm skinny and fucking frail. Not saying that Jews are skinny and frail, but then the anxiety. I look like I had the fucking
I think they were just
personality of a
teasing
Chihuahua.
You. Yeah,
like,
I think they're
basically.
just teasing you. I don't think you have any care. Like, you know, if you did look like a Jew, I would tell you. I have no shame in telling you. I just think you don't.
Okay, great. Yeah. No, on the East Coast, no one thinks I'm Jew. I think I got Italian out here a couple times.
Yeah.
I got some. People don't know what the fuck I am.
With the flannel on, you look Mexican.
Oh, fucking. No, I get Mexican when people know that I'm some kind of Spanish.
Yeah, and that's what I really was trying to.
Puerto Rican dudes are like, you don't look Spanish.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I know.
But to an Indian guy, you look Puerto Rican or Spanish.
When I lived
Hispanic.
in the Midwest, everyone thought I was Asian. They thought I was like some kind of mixed Asian.
Asian?
I got Asian a lot when I like when I would go
Mixed
to like
Asian, I could see.
But I lived in like Ohio, and then I would go to like India. They were like Vasquez, but or aren't you like Asian? How do you get that? like Filipinos don't exist or some shit. But it's like, no, that's just a fucking. Yeah, I don't know.
Now, interracial love is crazy, man. They make a little bit of everybody. You know what I mean?
It's easier for the chicks to grow up in than it is for the dudes, I think.
What do you mean?
No, it's like I met another girl, like a mixed, like crazy mix, Spanish and whatever, like doing stand up and whatnot, and she was like, she clearly grew into her cuteness.
Yeah.
Whereas me, everyone's just sitting here with their fucking eyes squinted, so it's just like, okay, what is this, dude?
Oh yeah, but you know that's like you just gotta. That's like your look, and you gotta embrace it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's like, yeah.
It sucks because there's no way to know how to relate to people. Like it's crazy, but like I'm not. I don't know if I consider myself mixed. I guess I'm mixed.
You are. That's
Yeah.
what you describe.
I described essentially a mixed person.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah. I'm pure blood, so to me, you're mixed.
Maybe I should do more hacky mixed guy jokes. Like,
I think that's if you don't have anything about being mixed, I think that's like just a real way. It's binary, right? It's either you're mixed or pure blooded, and it's less likely to find a pure blooded person. You know what I mean? I'm like a Patel on Patel.
oh Jesus, just
I'm straight Durka from the Vine.
been pimping since been pimping since.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? I think it's very interesting. When I meet a pure blood in anything, I'm like, yo, let's go.
Yeah, dude, hell yeah, you got Great Dane energy.
Yeah, you can only reproduce with another pure blood, or else I will beat you up.
Apparently that's the whole thing. Like that's how royalty sticks around.
I can't wait to find my queen. So okay. So you grew
Can
up.
I ask you the girl that you were dating? Was she a Patel? Was she like a
no, she was
7 years with another Patel?
Nah, she was Indian, but she was Goan, which is also in India. But it's like imagine the LA of India, and then I'm like from like the middle of
like
America.
the Texas or the fucking
just like rural farm area.
okay, yeah.
We're farmers. We are farmers.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's same with my kind of similar with my parents. Like I think my dad was he grew up in Orange Walk. My mom was from Corozal, so it's like they're
Which one is the poor one, dude? You just gave me some crazy ass name.
oh, they're both poor as shit.
Oh, okay, nice.
Oh
okay.
yeah, no, everyone in Belize is poor. At least like, especially now that white people are going there and buying all the property. Like, oh, dude, they're only getting poorer.
Dude, we need
Stop
to just...
selling to white people, Belize.
Dorian,
Yeah.
we need to go somewhere third world and just buy a nice property, and then we just have it as an investment.
You gotta be that, yeah, and then just be that guy who goes like, yeah, no, like you get everything out there, but like you get it all, yeah. But you know how high my fucking fence has to be, dude. My cousins do that shit, and all they talk about is like, yeah, it's great. You know, I have my house right there on the beach, and you know, it's nice because you're in your country. You get to like, yeah, but you're not in your country like you were. You're not stealing a fucking chicken to get to live. You're some twat who like built some shitty house.
Yeah.
With like trying to put in regular amenities, but it's still in the middle of a third world country. There's no oil here. The house is sinking on one side, but you shove enough gravel in there. You got a fucking 9-foot fence with glass sticking out the top. Why the fuck do they do that? They put glass so no one can climb over.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm ranting. I'm ranting.
Or no one can climb out.
No one can climb out. No one can climb over. Yeah.
There's no escaping the backyard.
Dude, the Berlin Wall would have never toppled if it was some asshole going back to his old country. It was just a fence. This way nobody, like, anything to not have robbers.
Yeah. What do you think about the fence down between Mexico and America?
Is that even fucking finished? I've been hearing about that shit forever, dude.
You know what I found out the funniest thing? When it starts to go into the water, it goes maybe like 10 yards into the water. Mm-hmm. And then, so in reality, you can just literally swim yonder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get a little scuba.
If Mexicans had the money, they put Walmarts in Mexico now. So just go buy a raft from Walmart.
Yeah.
And just
come to America.
Yeah. You can come over like a Cuban, dude. Just on a raft.
You're a sponsor.
That's very dumb.
No, that's funny. That's funny. We love a good Cuban coming over here in a fucking raft joke. We don't get many of them here. So
no, not at all. Not up here.
Yeah.
No.
Well, on the Bhavcast, I'm saying.
Oh, on the podcast?
Yeah. Like
I don't know if I know any Cubans out this way. I know plenty
London.
back home. Is he Cuban?
He's Colombian or Cuban? Are they the same thing or different?
No, those are very different.
Oh,
one's in South America. One is in the Caribbean Peninsula.
Now, see, I kind of forget what he is. But it's okay. He's some foreign type of guy. He's like you. You know what I mean? Like a little bit of wish-wash here and wish-wash there. I can't narrow it down. You know, if you ask me on a globe, find where Dorian's from, I would have to use 5 fingers, actually. And all right, he's from all of these.
Fuck yeah.
Me, it's like... dirt.
No, it's so funny because no one can remember where I was from, even among my friends.
Yeah.
So they would just fucking call me the wrong thing on purpose. Be like, yeah, shut up, Bolivian, or whatever it's.
Bolivian, Belize. You know, if I would just...
I think Lemaire still calls me Honduran. That must piss you off, doesn't it? And I'm like, no, I just don't know shit about that place.
Yeah. My go-to is always Mexican for someone that's like brown, but not like Indian or Middle East.
You've probably gotten Mexican enough times.
Oh, dude, when I get Mexican,
especially now with a mullet, dude, you probably
get flannel.
Oh, dude, you get Mexican constantly.
If I take the top button on the collar, put it up, and just leave the rest of the buttons go like a cholo, I get Mexican all the time. What's your dream car?
Dream car?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I
mentioned my dad's Toyota van earlier. Like an '89 Toyota van is like still my favorite thing. But dream car, shit.
But it doesn't have to be like fancy. Like okay, so you like an old van? That's cool. You can
fucking 03 Tacoma.
Yeah, I love that. I love lowriders, low key, just something that balances.
Oh, if you want to get older cars like that, man, I don't know.
Yeah. I just love something that bounces. They just actually in Asia they made something called like the Unoha. It's like it's like almost like a Lambo and it just bunny hops.
Oh my god! They're trying to make China-made hydraulics. That's hilarious.
Yeah, so I love something like a lowrider, dude.
You got to pump it yourself, like you're putting knots into the fucking plane.
Oh, that would be fucking. Yeah, you can only be strong to drive this car.
Yeah, you gotta like pump it yourself. It's like a BB
gun or a super soaker.
Oh my god, that's so stupid. Fucking. Right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go. You were gonna say?
No, I lost my train of thought.
Okay, so. You grow up in this fucking mixed blood family, and you know you're living this life, and both of your parents are foreign. So how does this young child Dorian find himself loving the art of making film and all that jazz? You know?
In a legal cable box.
Okay.
That's how I found out about most media.
Okay. So what was the kind of first movies you like watched? Growing up and shit.
Oh, that just cut out.
No, it's all right. But like I can just switch the audios from the cameras real quick. So just keep going.
All right. You sure you don't want to just wait till it's...
we can wait it out. No worries.
Yeah. You can repeat your question. So,
yeah, what did I just ask? Oh, what fucking...
Yeah, so like what movies, or how do I get into movies? Yeah, you got it.
Oh, I know, dude. It's like, you know, fucking... I have this tough time between rechargeable batteries...
Pro cells and...
buying Amazon batteries, because I hate the waste of Amazon.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah.
No, I just hate wasting
I slowly became less of an environmentalist as soon as I had to do production shit. It's like, yeah. Once you find out that the merchandise gets shipped from one place to another place, wrapped in plastic, cut, then wrapped in more plastic to get sent to another place when it's assembled, and wrapped in plastic again to get sent to another place, you kind of stop caring. And be like, we're done for.
I know, but someone down the food chain has to be like, hey, at least we can stop. it starts with like one person, one big cool person, right? That has a lot of power in the supply chain.
Yeah.
Being like, all right, fuckers, we're gonna set a standard, and then, but if they're like still have like, if Nike one day decided let's stop fucking being so mean to all these slave children, and you know, I think Adidas, all those companies would have to.
Then your Air Jordans would cost like $7,000 a piece.
I know, but you know, in reality, there should be. Okay, so you have some dudes like Shaq, who you know, like he signed to like Walmart or something, something. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? To get. What the hell is going on with this, John? Hold on. Sometimes it needs a little.
Yeah, so I've been curious about that because Shaq going from like Dunks or whatever to or Shaqs to Dunks or whatever the shoe brand is. Did they not get made by slave labor in that process? Because it's one thing to like for poor kids to be able to buy it, but it's another thing to be like, okay, well, these are actually made by people with a living wage versus people without one.
Yeah, no, I agree on that. It's like sometimes, dude, we're so close here. Wow, it happens. Technical problems always happen on the Bobcast, but you know the powerful thing about editing is when something like this happens, you just cut one of these audios in. Yeah. And it sounds just as nice because these two that are up here.
Oh yeah, no, they're nice and close, and then the
yeah.
I like the mics on an iPhone. Yeah, they're actually not bad.
You know that guy that has that song is like, "Send my soul." Working these days.
Oh, was that made on an iPhone?
No, it was like made on some type of like Android phone.
Oh, Jesus.
And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rich man, north of Richmond.
What I'm curious about is who's the guy that said that iPhone is better than Android, and now Androids are just poor people phones?
I did.
Was it you? Yeah. Lavish lifestyles, baby.
No, the Droid is the poor man's phone.
Yeah, apparently. That's what I'm saying. Is that like Androids are for poors.
When did you get your first Droid?
Damn. I don't know. I went from I had clamshells forever. I think like right before I left Los Angeles, I got my first one, and I went with Mitsubishi. Or not Mitsubishi, Motorola. Same company basically. Pieces of shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, Motorola makes good phones. It seems very underrated, and it's a good price. And then, like, as soon as it would hit the 2-year mark, the phone would just, like, crash and burn. Every single time. And I'm like, oh, these are pieces of shit phones. Or, I don't know what it is with the updates or whatever, but it literally has something where the phone is complete dog shit after 2 years. And then I was like, all right, let me try an iPhone finally. And when I did, I was like, oh, I'm pretty happy with this. I've had I've had this phone for since 2019. It's still running. The only thing is the battery drains, but not terribly.
All right, I think we're back. Let me try that question again. And before this John fucking does his naughty thing again. All right, so you grew up in this okay, we had some technical difficulties. Now we're back. You know, IT Bhav fixed it like he always does. Go ahead. You can finish this. Yeah.
No, you're good.
You're good.
Text Rachel later.
We all love Rachel. You know, honestly, low key, when I first started doing comedy, I'm really awkward. You know, but like lately, Rachel and I talk at the fucking Helium open mic all the time.
I was there. I was like, yeah, dude, yeah.
And she's a great gal. I'm happy for you.
To be fair, I think I hate to say it like this, but I think there was a little bit of low-key, like, oh, the lunch tables can now talk to each other. Like,
yeah.
Because I think you and I sit at a very similar lunch table. That's how I put it. Is like Rachel sits at a certain lunch table with certain people.
Interesting.
In comedy.
Okay. You know, I always felt like I just sit by myself at lunch. And
you're that cool. You're the kid who goes between every lunch table and is just like, "Hey, fucking suck it! Hey, what's up, theater kids? Hey, fucking."
Yeah. I don't really have a chair. And it's like, but yeah, that's great. I'm glad you guys found each other and found that love. That's good. Sometimes I see fucking comic relationships crash and burn, but you guys don't have that weird beef with everybody, so you guys are killing it.
Yeah, man. I've learned to not start shit with people, and I think she doesn't. She's never. Yeah, she's never been in the middle of some drama.
She doesn't got that bone in her body.
Yeah, no, I think my biggest thing was just to like quit being like negative a lot, and
That
being
happens
someone
as
like
you
her
get older.
helps.
You get tired and you realize there's no place for negativity and drama. They just waste the fucking brain capacity. You just
She's
want to
making
live
me better, you guys.
Yeah.
I fucking love her, dude. She's making me better.
Women do that. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Women do it. We're fucking too much, us men. So you grow up in this multi-blooded fucking household, and you go into movies, and your first movie is a cable box, off the cable box. And what first movie you were like,
So
I want to make movies.
so,
off of what?
First two things is half of it was off of illegal cable box. The other half was off of just local video stores.
Okay.
So that's how you used to watch every type of movie, because because the video store only had like one copy of whatever new movie. So half the time you didn't even watch the fucking new movie.
Yeah.
You know how long it took before I watched, like, unless you bought the movie. Yeah, you're not gonna get that. But if say they don't have fucking Dazed and Confused, yeah, so then you go and you watch Stoned Age, or you watch some other like knockoff version. You watch Detroit Rock City instead, or just something like. But that's the great thing about stuff. Like, I think, you don't have Star Wars? Do you have Battle Beyond the Stars? The Roger Corman Star Wars movie? Yeah, let's watch that one instead. You know what I mean? Like, there was always some kind of option, and it opened you up to like, there's even like bad versions of a good movie, or there's like cheaper versions. Yeah, and it's still pretty good. You know what I mean? Then and then like with TV and like especially with cable, dude, like, depending on which channel you were on, like, I don't know, like, fucking Big Lebowski used to play, like, damn near 24/7 on Comedy Central on, like, Wednesdays and shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's, so they had so much stuff where they could just put out certain movies that just kind of impacted the culture. And then, like, depending on what time or what day you're watching, like, HBO or, like I said, illegal cable, you get the pay-per-view channels for free. And, yeah, I remember watching, like, every movie, multiple times, like, a day, and it would be bad movies too. Like, some of them would be terrible. It would be like fucking, you watch something like Beloved, and then Chill Factor, and then Joe the King, and then like all these like creepy, not correct movies, and then it's like Event Horizon is on, then Jurassic Park is on, playing on some channel on TV like TNT or WGN, and it's like, oh wait, what channel? What's on next? Oh, the fucking what's the cowboy guy who used to do the it's kind of like the same thing like Elvira, where it was like the cowboy guy who would
Zorro?
No, it was like the guy who would like cut, like in between the movies, it would cut to him and he's like talking about the movie.
I'm not too sure about
that. Damn,
I'm
I'm blanking on his name. James Rolfe did a whole like thing on him. And then when the internet came around, that's when you get into guys who were reviewing things about movies. So like all the Cinemassacre guys, like Angry Video Game Nerd, Nostalgia Critic.
Yeah.
So I watched a lot of movies through my life, and then like as soon as I started getting my own money, that's all I did was I spent it on like DVDs and VHS tapes and shit. So nice. I had every movie at home.
How big is your collection?
Right now, it's like damn near nothing. But yeah, that's because we moved from state to state.
But all those
and I
movies
lost
you
half my
bought
shit.
And shit, like they're not like at your parents' house or anything, just like hanging.
I think they're at my brother's house. He has most of them.
If you could put like a number, just roundabout.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, I had like
500. Because I've seen people like with these huge collections in their house when I was children.
I had like probably like 2 like full size like 6 foot tall bookshelves full of movies and DVDs and stuff. Yeah, no, I like. It's funny because it's basically hoarding. Man, you don't really need that. I mean, we have, but what I've slowly realized that digital media like streaming and stuff, they don't allow you to find most of the stuff you want to watch, and that's what kind of sucks because like. It's the one reason to keep a VHS or a Betamax or something around or even an old fucking DVD player.
Yeah.
It just sucks because like no matter what the media you choose, depending on if it's been watched recently, it could still fuck up. And it's like, damn, dude, I really want to watch this thing, but it's not available on anything. Mm-hmm. But now, I mean, I don't know. The culture's changed. So I think like nowadays, if you talk to me like, if I was my age in like another 30 years from now, like I'd be like, oh yeah, Tubi. I had Tubi. I had Freevee or whatever.
Nah, in 30 years, you're still gonna be jerking off using the fucking computer.
I I used to jerk off to pictures in a magazine. Like, come on, man.
Dude, I remember when I forgot my first magazine. One of my boys got it for me for like my 18th birthday or something.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make sure my boy jacks off. Yeah. I remember when the library had porn. Like that's, they had like Playboy magazines and shit. It's like the library has this.
Of course.
Nobody ever like went to exchange it out because everybody was like, yeah, it's kind of weird.
You don't want to get caught, but you
don't want to be that guy.
You respect it though.
Yeah,
you respect it. The library has to have all the literature.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. No, it's so funny because like I think my dad, he got. I don't know if he got on some kind of I think he bought like the early version of dick pills or whatever. So he started getting spammed with a lot of that like. It was like it's basically like spam porn magazine things.
Oh, I know.
And they're little like booklets, like maybe that. It's like a zine. It's like a porn zine. And I remember every other page was just a picture of some porn star with like a weird blurb on the side. It's like, if you're hot to fuck, then call this number. And it's like 1-800-EAT-MUFF or some bullshit. It's like, I think my dad knew that I was basically stealing them and like I was stealing them, jacking off to him, and then selling them to other people. Yeah. Like, I became a pornographer for a while. Like I was just a peddler.
I love that. So you've always been in this space of like film and recording and all that. So when you had the idea to make this movie, Porch Pirate, you know what I mean? Like, like tell me about that process, because I made a cartoon and all that. You know what I mean? I get it's a painful thing. So tell me, like, you're the guy, like the head honcho behind the idea. So
the initial, it's so funny because I thought about this the other day and I didn't realize how far back the initial idea came about.
What year did it start?
Probably
the manifestation
around,
of.
I want to say probably around the pandemic.
2020
was maybe a little bit before.
Okay.
Because I was doing sketches with Lemaire.
Okay.
And
excuse me.
We had this idea for years about I remember I wrote this down probably in like 2016, 2017. All I wrote down was it was an idea that two bumbling idiots steal something and then someone's after them.
Okay.
Because of the thing they stole. And I think initially I called it Heist Krispies.
Okay. Oh, I love that.
And it was something stupid. I might still make it because it's just, to me, it's still a funny concept as a just straight up comedy. It was one kid, one of these two guys works at a church. He's like a janitor there.
Yeah.
And he sees that he sees how much money their bake sale is making, which is very not much. But he gets the brilliant idea that if we steal their pallet of goods at the bake sale, we can sell it and make the money ourselves. And his friend's like, yeah, let's fucking do that.
That's funny.
And the idea was they steal a pallet, and then when they open it up, they find out that inside the pallet there's like stacks of money and like bags of like heroin and coke and shit like that.
Oh.
And they come to find out,
twist.
The church is a mob. It's like a mob front or a cartel front, whatever.
Wow.
That's what the audience is supposed to find out.
Yeah.
But they're like, holy shit, there must have been a shipping error.
Yeah.
It was, basically, I wrote two guys who were just so fucking dumb.
Yeah. Just get caught in the wrong thing at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that, dude.
And that was the initial idea. And then, like, I think we tried to film some of it. I tried to write some of it. I think it might still work. Like I said, it might still work as a comedy. But
that is a comedy.
Then I think we scrapped it because we didn't like what we made so far.
Yeah.
Lemaire and I, like, there's so many sketches and shit that just got left on the cutting room table because no matter how we try to edit it, it wouldn't work out, and we didn't have the gumption to be like, all right, let's just reshoot that. Mm-hmm. Which, that's what most, like, people with when you get real money behind something, you can reshoot it.
Oh, of course.
When you're just a guy with a camera and your buddy and all, like, you have like $20 to your name,
yeah,
you're not reshooting shit. But so that got scrapped, and I think it's somewhere on like an old, like, big ass drive somewhere, and that turned into something else because what is it? I wrote like other scripts up to that point, and then I did Do-Rag and the Deer Tag, and they were talking about fucking they do that thing where it's like, is this a do-rag or a deer tag? Mm-hmm. And one of the articles was this. It was a dude in Denver who like stole from a medical supply truck or something.
Yeah.
And it turns out that the truck, I forget if the thing he stole like contained like body parts or if it contained like literal heads.
Oh.
So it's like, oh, okay, so this is either a guy who's like pulling a funny prank, or it's a guy who like stole something thinking it was like fentanyl or whatever, and then he finds heads in there. Like, either way, it's a pretty crazy idea. It's pretty crazy to me.
Yeah.
And I thought like, oh, what if that's the angle we took? Like, it's somebody stole a box off a porch. Like, then I started looking up all the Porch Pirate videos, and if you see them, it's all like glitter bomb video or like fart bomb video or like something crazy where somebody. I saw a meme the other day where it's like, yeah, I leave like boxes of old pubic hair in a box, and I just stuff it on a porch because I know someone's gonna steal it.
That's so gross.
Yeah, so people do crazy shit like that just to piss off like these guys who go and just steal off porches. And yeah, so that it started off again as a comedy. I'm like, ooh, maybe this will be really funny, like a dark comedy if we take that angle. It didn't really work the way I wrote it. I didn't really have much from it. And I think I was just trying to do too many things. And then I was like, well, then I got something stolen off my porch, and I immediately thought, like, you motherfucker, I wish you would die, and all your friends around you would get killed. And then it was just like, oh, light bulb. Let's do that.
Yeah, let's make it dark.
Let's make it just like the movie still has some comedy in it,
yeah, of
but
course.
I think it's more like the comedy is more in just how like you kind of recognize these people in your own life.
Yeah.
But what ended up happening was that turned into this. I think the idea I started to explore is like, let's say every dark feeling you had towards someone who stole from you. Let's say it all happens, and you got to be some guy who witnessed it. You'd never get caught, but you get to just make their life the absolute worst.
Yeah.
But who would that affect around them? And then from that, then I was like, okay, that's a little more. Basically, every time I went back to the idea of like, what happens if this bumbling idiot gets caught in a thing? It's like, how deep will it go? Like, how much deeper can I go, and how like?
Oh yeah.
And that's really what it is. It was a lot of trial and error over the years to get one story that started off as like a little fun romp to, oh fuck, I just got my friends and family killed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily a horror as much as it is like a suspense.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah,
now,
it's
so.
not like scary. It's more of a suspense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but like
it's a comic relief.
The whole idea was just to explore. Like by the time I got to that point, I just wanted to explore that feeling of like the way everybody feels when they get something stolen.
Yeah, I think that's like the good way to create content or movies or like short stories is by emotion.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And a lot, it's so funny because like one of the, and you probably know this, just making an animation thing. If you told anybody about it, the worst thing is somebody being like, "Oh, you're not done with that yet."
Yeah.
And it's like, this movie took me damn near 2 years to make.
I believe it, dude. Jewel Boy took me a year. I had to learn how to animate. So
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's like, dude, it ain't like, yeah, I worked on movie sets. That doesn't mean I know how to work every single fucking part of it.
And you learn so much more when you do one of these projects where it's like beginning to end. Then you have some fuck ups in the middle. So then you have to actually go back two steps. And then you got to learn about, like making a fucking movie poster, and then you got to fucking hand all that shit out. Then you got to do all the, screenings, you know what I mean? And then everyone's at your screenings asking, yo, we comedians, can I do a tight 5 before the show? So it's all that shit.
I didn't get that so much, but I do get.
I just being
No, but that's funny you mention that because Steve McJones made something recently. You know Steve.
Yeah.
And he was like, dude, you know what's crazy is like nobody seems to give a shit that I'm back. He's like, I've been gone for like a year, and you'd think people would be like, oh shit, it's fucking Steve, where have you been? And he was like, yeah, no one cares. I've been making a fucking thing, and I just put up a thing for it. And I said, I totally understand, and it's because these people don't care.
Yeah, they don't care.
It's not that they don't care. It's like the people who care, but also it's like it's a square peg trying to fit into a round hole in that sense, where it's like, why am I marketing this to comedians? It's a movie.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like no one's gonna really give a shit until they see the product made and they see what you can make.
Yeah.
And then that's when everyone comes out of the woodwork. Hey, I have an idea for a script.
Yeah.
Or hey, I really like this thing. I'd like to be in the next one. Hey, if you have casting, and it's like, and I told him that it's like, dude, trust me, you're like, just keep going with it, and you'll see you'll see like who becomes a dick eater over a certain amount of time, and who becomes like, I had dudes that I like completely like stopped talking to.
Like, it's a lot.
Stole shit from me. We're not fucking friends. Told me, you can go fuck yourself. Like, I'll fight you on sight next time I see you, kind of shit. To next thing being like, hey, I saw that you made a thing and I'd really like to be friends. The kind of thing. And it's like, you learn to compartmentalize certain people in that respect. But at the same time, there's people who just completely doubted what you did, and then they see it and they're like, holy shit, wow, you actually did it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, the great thing is, like, one thing I love about stand-up is all the people who are making it and shit, they care. Mm-hmm. And they're so happy when you did something to make it.
Yeah, because this is like a little extra. Like,
or not even make it, to like get to the next, to some new level.
Well, every time you finish something, it's like that's just something done on your resume. See, like, thing is, I haven't made another cartoon, but I can always say I've made one. Yeah, it's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's no right way to do a lot of this shit. I mean, I guess there is to some degree. Like, every other comic I know has a podcast and goes on the road constantly and shit. So it's like, oh yeah, there's clearly a path for success. I suck at podcasts, so I took a different route.
Well, that's what it is. I didn't even want to do a podcast, to be honest. But I saw, when I first started, I saw so many people putting their podcasts as their credit. And I was like, I can talk to people, but I didn't want to do the whole editing, all that jazz. Yeah. I knew what was coming, but I didn't want to do that. But I was like,
Yeah, I don't know, man. I had a podcast for a couple months. It's so funny because I actually got a message the other day from something, like, it might be spam, but it's like, hey, we really love this podcast and we would like to, like, see if, like, you need sponsorship. And it's like,
oh, that's so cool.
But it's like, yeah, I stopped doing that podcast a year ago. But that's the thing is, if you don't see the gratification right away, it fucking, like, it sucks. Yeah. It sucks toiling to do. Yeah. And that's the one thing with doing something like a movie, or even, like, the cast, like, it's going to get recognition.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, this is, like, people's stories. So, like, it's not like, I'm not fronting anything. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's why I know it's, like, all real. So I'm not worried.
Yeah, no. And, like,
I enjoyed this part. I just don't enjoy the other part.
Well, the one, like, to go back to, like, my buddy Steve, or our buddy Steve, I should say. Yeah. And that's the one thing is, like, he's making a thing, and a lot of guys are making these they're doing their own things, and like Scott Bigos and all these guys, they make sketches, and they're great. Yeah. They're fucking crushing it.
I was in one.
I love those sketches. Yeah. But it's one of those things that, like, everyone, instead of being inspired enough to go, holy shit, that's the potential height that you can get by doing this thing, instead goes, hey, so I have an idea that, like, to pitch to you. No, go make your own. Yeah. They did it themselves. You go make your own. That's the way to do it. You don't know what works until you do it. Yes. You shouldn't never look at someone as a qualifier. Mm-hmm. And that's the one thing you kind of hate when you do things. Like, that's the one negative I can say is, like, when you started doing stand-up. Yeah. How many fucking regular people suddenly wanted to be on around you, try to give you jokes? Do any of them really work? You know what I mean? It's like...
Yeah, no, because they don't know me. I even took a class, and a teacher was like, you should use this 5. And I've tried that 5, and I was like, but this 5 isn't coming from me. It's coming from a white man. Yeah. You know what I mean? It doesn't work.
One of the first pieces of advice I got was from a guy who was telling me I should do impressions of what my dad sounds like. It's like, oh, so you want me to basically do, like, you basically want me to do, for, like, a spicky impression.
Yeah, I do. But I want you to do the accent on positive notes on him. Yeah. Not like
No, and it's funny because my dad doesn't sound like a typical, like, hey puppy, da, da, da. Like, he doesn't sound like that. Yeah. Yeah, no, my dad kind of speaks like me with just a little bit, something. It's very, very little, like.
My parents don't have really heavy Indian accents, but when I do the accent during my set, I make it.
You make it heavier?
Because it's like, I think accents are fun. Yeah, and I'm working on eventually getting to a point where I can do 3 or 4 accents.
I think regional accents are fun. It's kind of hard to, like. Yeah. So that's the one thing I figured out. You can do, like, where it doesn't sound racist or it doesn't sound like, oh, that's hacky or whatever, is if it's regional. But even then, that could get, like, doing, like, figuring out how to do a Philly accent is so fucking tough for some people, and it's kind of like, it's not difficult. But I've also lived here for.
That's what I mean, like. These type of things, but, like, are... Okay, so now you're talking about, like, a dialect almost, right? Dialects can be challenging. Yeah. but like if you ask like what is an American accent to like someone over wherever, they'll probably give you the fucking America, you know what I mean? These, whatever, you know what I mean? That's like the American accent.
For lack of a better word, they either give you a Texas, a New York, or an LA.
Exactly.
Maybe a Midwest if they've,
But I'm talking about just like ethnic or racial, like that Russian, like, oh, vodka.
Yeah.
You know, like,
vodka.
Or like, oh, what up, fool?
Yeah.
I haven't got Mexican down good, but like, once you can do all of them in a circle, it'll be fun. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, okay, so when you're casting Porch Pirate, I was thinking about this last night. Do you write roles, and then like kind of cast the characters based off what you've written, or are you thinking I'm gonna cast this guy, let me write a bit that's gonna kind of form to him because I know like whatever?
I wrote certain spots for certain people.
Okay, hell
initially, it's so funny because the role that Jeff plays was actually written for Naeem Ali.
Okay,
because those are the two people I pitched it to was Naeem and Drew to play the main characters, but Naeem unfortunately was fucking swamped with other things. So it's like, and then I found out, oh no, he's like going on the road and he's like featuring for Gillis. And shit. So it's like
it's beautiful.
Yeah, no. So I'm like, yeah, I can't even be. What am I gonna be mad at this dude for fucking like? No, we can't believe you're not doing my movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I was initially because I'm like, oh fuck, we shoot next week. I gotta cast somebody.
Yeah.
Luckily, Jeff stepped up and he crushed it. But it depends. Like sometimes I write for certain people, but other times you take a little bit from certain people to make a character. Okay. That's the other way I wrote it. Like Drew's character is based on a couple people. And sometimes some of it is just kind of whatever. Like it's like a little part of it's based on my brother, just based on like some of the like, yeah, I'm trying, man. Just leave me the fuck alone. Stop giving me shit all the time. Yeah. And just like random guys I knew in high school who I knew were kind of like burnouty and whatnot. And then like Ellie's character was basically just Ellie. Right. But it's Ellie with the stress of having to take care of someone else. So it's like, so a little bit of my mom, a little bit of this person, that person, the other. Like, so everybody takes a little bit of a few different places. Like,
I love that.
Like one of the first script I wrote. Now that I'm starting to understand it a little better, that like the main character. I've been working the one script, my first feature script that I wrote. I'm working on it again, and it's for all the years that it's passed. Like it's gone through so many iterations that now it's like this character is finally starting to feel like a real person.
All right.
Yeah.
I love that.
This like Porch Pirate I wrote quick. Like I wrote it in like I wrote like the first draft in maybe like 3 months.
Okay.
And then like I think we took like a month or two to like fix a lot of it. But I wrote the first scene. I was like, we should shoot that first scene. And the first scene felt good. And then we just like then I just kind of ran with the rest of it. Like, okay, we should definitely shoot the rest of this. We could probably shoot it fast.
Yeah.
2 years later. It's like yeah, projects take time.
Yeah,
so.
they take time. Projects take time. And when you say like shoot it, are you shooting with one camera, 2 cameras? What are you doing?
This one I shot with I think up to 3 cameras.
Yeah.
I bought one. Well, so what happened was I initially bought one camera, which was my Blackmagic Ursa Mini. It was like a 4.6K camera. It was I think the description on eBay said it was just basically hanging on a place at a church, and that's how they ran it.
Yeah. Give us a price on that, because we understand tech. And
I think when I bought it, it was like maybe like $5 or $6 grand.
Wow.
And then I got it, and then it was like, oh, the fucking screen doesn't work on it.
Damn.
And then I hit the guy up like, what the hell? You sold me? He's like, well, sorry, no returns. You're hitting me up like too late, because I think it was like 30 days after I got it. And then like no one could fix it, and I was like, fuck. Well, I'm not gonna get rid of this camera. I have it already.
Yeah.
So I went and I bought, I spent even more money. I think I spent like another $7 or $8 grand. I bought the upgraded model to that, which is basically the same camera, but there is some slight differences in it.
You're just better off buying the new one from the beginning.
Well, I almost never buy new because I didn't have the budget for it.
But the used, newer version of the one.
But then I said, you know what? That camera's just been sitting there, and that could just be a B camera if I can get it working.
Yeah.
Because the camera still works. It was turned on and everything, but it was just like for some reason, the screen kept going black.
Right.
And I was like, and no one would touch it. I couldn't even send it back to the company to be like, yo, can somebody fix it? I'll pay for it to be fixed.
Yeah.
They're like, well, we don't really make that model anymore. So I opened it up, and then I found it pissed me off how simple the issue was, because it was like one little wafer that just kind of clipped, like it was like a clip, and it came out of a little slot. I pushed it back in, and suddenly the thing worked like brand new.
Love that.
And I was like, well, I guess I have an extra camera.
Yeah. How much did you get a boner in that moment?
Oh, dude, I was so fucking happy that day. Sorry, can I use your bathroom one more time?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, where were we? We were talking about...
Yeah. So let's, you have to go to your ladies' comedy show. I got to go to a show. So let me, let's wrap this up on here. Okay. I watched this documentary yesterday on this guy, Hans Zimmer. Have you ever heard of him?
Yeah.
He's a big musical film note composer and all that.
Yeah.
So when you put together Porch Pirate, how did you work on the sound and all that jazz? Like, what was that to you?
So that's another ordeal in and of itself.
Yeah.
Because, it's actually funny you mentioned that, because I actually got, like, people hit me up like, dude, the music in this was really good. Uh-huh. It's, like, old-timey, and it's kind of scary sounding.
Yeah.
And it's like, what I ended up doing was, I tried out, because I found a bunch of public domain kind of music. Mm-hmm. So a lot of old-timey blues and, like, this weird type of, like, folky kind of music. And I tried that in one scene, and it worked so well that I'm like, well, I don't know if I can make this an entire thing throughout, but then it kind of just worked. So I just went with whatever sounded right at the time.
I love that. And that's how you got to do it. And that's how he kind of does it, right?
Yeah, no, in the future, I would... the day I can, get, like, whatever, like, even a portion of Tarantino money to put, like, real music in a thing, I totally am. Mm-hmm. Like,
do you think sound is a big part of movies?
Oh, yeah, dude. Like, one of the not even just like the sounds that you don't even think about end up becoming a thing. They're like, oh, shit, why does this sound weird? And, like, you go back and you listen to certain things, and you hear, like, crickets chirping in the background, and you hear, like, a little bit of wind blowing through the leaves and stuff. You have to find out how to mimic that to make it sound well for the movie.
Yeah, of course.
It's like when they say, like, like, there's that old Simpsons joke, like, wait, why are you painting the horse to look like a cow? Well, because cows don't look like cows on screen. You have to use horses. And it's, that's a real thing in cinema. Like, you have to make certain things sound like certain things. If you have it just like, oh, I'm just going to have it all be on set and just let it run, it's not going to sound good. No, everything needs to be isolated, and everything needs to be meticulously placed. And
layered. It's so much, dude. When I made this cartoon, that's where I learned a lot. Like,
that's how you get, we were talking about nerd neck and shit earlier. Like, that's a thing. Like, you get, like, I hate to say it, but, like, the two hardest parts of it are getting the actual script written down. That's probably the most mentally, like, oh, fuck, how am I gonna get out of this little puzzle right here? Especially if you write yourself into a corner. But then, like, editing everything together, and then just, like, having to be like, I have to sit here and watch this and make sure it's okay, and then, like,
and watch it 5 or 6 times.
Dude, I think it took up until maybe this last screening before I even was just not nervous enough to be like, okay, I can sit down and just enjoy my movie.
Yeah.
Up until then, I'm like, even at, like, the first couple screenings, I'm sitting in the back and my eyes are like this and shit, like just bags under my eyes, just red, because I did not take my eyes off that screen. I sat there and I'm, like, taking notes,
of course,
on the phone, like, okay, fucking that went wrong, this went wrong, that needs to get fuck. I'm so bad at this. Why is it? But then next thing you know, everyone's coming up to you, dude, the movie's fucking great, and I'm like, oh, no, it isn't. It's so bad. Like, internally, that's what I'm feeling, because I'm just a negative.
That's the fucking
you just don't turn. You don't turn off.
You don't turn off, baby.
Yeah. But to answer your initial question of, like, the process of it, man, it's there's so much that goes into it.
And we didn't even get to touch on some of it, dude. I should have brought that question up a little earlier. But,
no, it's fine.
I like to start with the Bhav hole. Let us do a lot of comfortable things.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, bring the real questions. But,
so it turns out Rachel's show is already starting. She's like, don't worry about coming through. It's
hell yeah.
Yeah. But you say you got to go?
Yeah. We're going to have to wrap this up. But, I have this one question. My boss asks, he asked us this at work. And it's like, I think it's so funny. And he came in, like, he's my age, and he just came into the cubicle one day just like, guys, I have this question. So if you had to fight yourself with a knife or a bat, and the other person has the opposite weapon, what would you choose to fight Dorian?
Oh, that's tough. I want to say I choose the knife, but I'll probably choose the bat.
Oh, you're a bat guy.
I don't know, because I'm like, well, knowing me and my dumbass self, we're both standing there like, oh, who's going to make that fucking move first?
Mm-hmm.
I'm holding the knife like with the blade facing down like this, like fucking Tommy Lee Jones. It's in fucking whatever that Seagal movie is. Yeah, as soon as that bat swings, it's just like duck, stab, or hold the bat like this and stab with the bottom end. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. I've thought of this scenario before.
So your final answer was a what? A bat or a knife?
I think I'll go with. I think I'd have to go with the knife.
Yeah,
I'd have
that's
to
the
go with
correct
knife.
answer.
Yeah.
I want you to know Chat GPT said knife. I said knife.
Yeah.
That is the correct answer.
Yeah, I guess it's because as soon as you get that in, a bat is only so like it takes a lot of
You have
energy
to
swing.
get that first strike on me with a bat to my temple and knock me out.
Yeah.
If you hit my body, anything, and I can wrap that bat with my arm and just start jerking this knife into your chest,
Yeah.
it's over. It's
I don't
over.
Dude,
It's over.
I'm gonna be that fucking. I know me well enough that I know both of us will cry.
Yeah. Everybody's crying. We all have mommy issues. No, we didn't leave that out of there. But
No, it's so funny. I was talking to Naeem about that when we did boxing shit. Like, I was like, now I got to get the confidence enough that next time I get into a fight, I don't cry. Because that's like a thing when you're a kid. Like you don't know how to control anything, so
and you let it all out at one time. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, when you let every emotion out at once when you're fighting, that's why some people just like end up going ape shit on somebody, and then they just.
But you need that sometimes.
Yeah, man.
All right. Hey, Dorian, tell them where they can find Porch Pirate, and then tell them where your normal Instagram is and all that jazz.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so babygoblinproductions.com. There's also a YouTube page, and yeah, the Instagram. That's generally where you'll find it. Anything under Baby Goblin Productions. As far as the next screening, we'll post that on the website at some point. I do need to update that. But we have one on June 15th. We have one coming up in the Indie Vegas Film Festival. Which,
hell yeah! Congrats.
Oh yeah, no, it's been an ordeal for that one. Just prep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's coming up at the end of this month. If you're in Vegas and you want to check it out, check out the Indie Vegas Film Festival, and yeah, you can see the movie. Next screening, I think, is at with Delco Horror Haven. I think it's at Reitman's. Is it Reitman? It's whatever university in Delco.
Okay.
It's going to be there on June 15th. We're trying to figure out more dates. I know London was talking about having me at Casa Duran to do it.
Oh, nice.
Also, Jeff Schoenberg wants me to do one at his family's funeral home, which I think would be sick.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So I'm waiting to figure out those dates. But when those come up, yeah, go to the website. That's where you find it. Otherwise, follow me on Instagram at Dirty Deeds, DurrDeedz. That's same as Instagram, Twitter, blah, blah, blah. Or Dorian Vasquez on YouTube.
Hell yeah, brother. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, man.
This was a pleasure, big dog.
Yeah, thanks for having me,
Yep.
man.
Deuces.
Deuces.